The rain had not stopped for 3 days. It fell in sheets, hammering the roofs and flooding the streets. At the edge of the town stood a mansion, old, grey, and silent. No one lived there anymore. Or so people said. Locals called it the house on Blackwater Hill. Children dared each other to touch its gate. Few ever did. And those who did, claimed they heard whispering. Whispers that called their name. On the 4th night of the storm, a car climbed the hill. Its headlights cut through the fog. Inside sat Mara Linton, a crime novelist running from her past. She had inherited the mansion from her late uncle, a man she hadn't seen since she was 12. His death had been ruled a suicide. But Mara never believed that. He had written her a letter before he died. "If you're reading this, Mara, it's too late for me, but maybe not for you." She hadn't understood it then. Now, she was back to find out what he meant. The house loomed as she parked. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the broken windows. The key turned reluctantly in the rusted lock. The door groaned open, releasing a breath of cold, stale air. "Home," she whispered. Though it didn't feel like it. The smell of damp and dust hit her. Cobwebs hung like curtains. The wallpaper peeled in long, curling strips. The silence was so complete she could hear her own heartbeat. She found the generator in the basement. The old machine sputtered and groaned before roaring to life. The house flickered with dim yellow light. In the parlor, portraits lined the walls. Her uncle's face appeared in 3 of them. In each one, his eyes seemed darker. "Creepy," she muttered, brushing off the dust. On the mantel, she found a pocket watch. It was still ticking. But the hands pointed backward. Upstairs, she found her uncle's study untouched. Papers scattered. Books overturned. On the desk, a single sheet of paper. It read, "Trust no mirror after midnight." She frowned. Okay, that's not ominous at all. Her uncle had been eccentric, sure. But this felt deliberate. She checked her watch. 11:47 p.m. Mara decided to rest. She took her suitcase to the guest bedroom. The bed was made, fresh sheets, oddly enough. "Someone's been here," she murmured. As she unpacked, she noticed something strange. A faint humming, low and rhythmic, coming from the walls. Pipes, she guessed. But it didn't sound like pipes. It sounded like breathing. She shook it off. Too many ghost stories, Mara. At midnight, the wind howled. The lights flickered again. The mirror across the room shimmered. Her reflection blinked, but she hadn't. She froze. Slowly, she lifted her hand. The reflection didn't move. It just smiled. "Nope," she whispered, stepping back. The glass rippled. "Mara," a voice hissed. It came from inside the mirror. "Who's there?" she demanded. "He's waiting." The reflection pointed behind her. She turned, nothing. When she looked back, the reflection was gone. Only her own pale, terrified face remained. She ran out of the room. The whisper followed her down the hall. In the library, she found a diary, her uncle's. The first entry, "The house speaks when it rains." The second, "I hear them in the mirrors. They remember." She whispered aloud. Pages were torn out. But one line was scrawled in the margin, "She will come. She always does." "Who?" Mara muttered. Lightning flashed, illuminating a woman in the window's reflection. When she turned, the window was empty. She slammed the diary shut. The storm grew louder. Water trickled through the ceiling. She went to find the leak, and saw footprints on the wet floor. Bare feet. Leading upstairs. Her heart pounded. She followed, flashlight shaking. The trail stopped at her uncle's bedroom. The door creaked open by itself. Inside, the air was colder. The curtains swayed though the windows were closed. On the bed lay another mirror. It was covered with a sheet. She hesitated, then lifted it. Her uncle's face looked back at her. "Hello, Mara," the reflection said. She screamed and dropped the mirror. It shattered into 100 pieces. Each shard whispered her name. She stumbled back. The lights flickered out. Total darkness. Only the storm outside. She fumbled for her phone. Dead. A whisper in her ear, "You shouldn't have come." She spun, flashlight trembling. The hallway behind her stretched longer than before. The house was changing. "Okay, Mara," she whispered, "you're dreaming." But she wasn't. The air smelled like smoke and old perfume. She reached the staircase, but the bottom was gone. Only endless blackness below. "Help," she called. A voice answered, "You can't leave." She turned, and saw her uncle. Transparent, pale, but unmistakable. "Uncle Henry? You shouldn't have come," he repeated. "Why? What's happening?" "She's awake now." "Who?" "The house." "That's insane. You think walls can't dream? You're dead." "And still, I'm here," he said. His eyes were filled with tears and guilt. "It needs a keeper," he said. "A mind to feed from." "Feed," she gasped. "On memory. On fear. You let it." "I tried to stop it." "How?" "By ending myself." "You didn't kill yourself?" "No," he said. "It wouldn't let me." His figure flickered. "Destroy the mirrors," he pleaded. "All of them. Before it's too late." "Why mirrors?" "They are its eyes." "How do I destroy it?" "Fire." Lightning cracked outside. The sound of glass breaking echoed through the house. Every mirror shattering on its own. "It knows," Henry said. "Then I'll burn it," Mara whispered. "You can't escape. Watch me." She ran downstairs to the kitchen. The floorboards creaked under invisible steps. Cabinets burst open. Dishes flew across the room. The air thickened like smoke. "Mara," the house whispered. She grabbed the kerosene lamp from the counter. Her hands shook. She doused the curtains. The smell was overwhelming. A whisper in the walls said, "He tried that too." "Shut up," she screamed. She struck a match. The flame flickered. The walls trembled. The house laughed. "You belong to me now." The flame died. "No, you wrote stories about fear," it said. "Now you'll live one." The floor cracked beneath her. She fell into darkness. When she hit the ground, she was in the basement. The generator still hummed. But it wasn't the same sound as before. It was a heartbeat. A huge one, echoing through the walls. The pipes pulsed like veins. The shadows moved. In the center stood a mirror taller than she was. Its surface shimmered like water. Her uncle's reflection appeared again. "It's too late," he said. "No," she whispered. "Not yet." She picked up a shard of broken glass. "Mara, don't. You said it feeds on fear." "Yes." "Then I'll starve it." She pressed the shard to her hand. Pain shot through her, sharp and real. Blood dripped onto the concrete. The house screamed. The lights exploded. "Stop," the voice thundered. "You want fear," she shouted. "Take mine." The mirror shattered. A wind like 1,000 voices erupted. The air burned. The walls cracked, groaned, split. The roof above her caved in. She ran, or tried to. Fire burst from the floor. The mansion collapsed in on itself. And then, silence. Morning came. The rain stopped. The ruins of the house smoked gently. No one went near it for days. Then, a rescue team arrived. They found no body. Only a single mirror, unbroken, standing upright in the ashes. Inside, a reflection, not of the ruins, but of a woman. Mara. Smiling. The mirror was taken to the town hall for evidence. The investigator in charge was Daniel Cross. He had read Mara's books before. Fitting end for a writer of ghosts, he murmured. His partner laughed. Creepy, huh? Yeah, he said. Let's wrap up. As they packed, the mirror fogged slightly. A faint handprint appeared on the glass. What the? Daniel leaned closer. You see that? His partner asked. Yeah. Static maybe. Looks like writing. The fog thickened. Words appeared, trust no mirror after midnight. Daniel frowned. That's what they found in her uncle's note. Coincidence, his partner muttered. Maybe. But Daniel couldn't look away. The reflection behind him changed. Mara was standing there. Her eyes were black. He spun, nothing. The mirror cleared. Only his own reflection again. Okay, he whispered. I'm seeing things. He covered the mirror with a sheet. That night, he took it home. Curiosity, he told himself. He placed it in his study. At midnight, he heard humming. Low, rhythmic, familiar. He turned on the light, the mirror's cover had fallen. His reflection wasn't alone. Mara stood beside him. You shouldn't have taken it, she said. You're dead. So was he, she smiled. Who's he? The house. It burned down. Did it? She whispered. He looked closer. The reflection behind Mara shifted, walls, stairs, portraits. The house on Blackwater Hill. Still standing. That's not possible, he said. It remembers, Mara said. And now, it remembers you. The mirror rippled. Daniel backed away. His reflection stayed still. Then it smiled. No, he said. The reflection reached out. A hand pushed through the glass. Daniel screamed. The lights went out. The mirror shattered. Silence. The next morning, his partner found the house empty. Only shards of glass on the floor. And in each shard, a reflection of Blackwater Hill. Rain began to fall again. The sound echoed like breathing. Somewhere, a woman's voice whispered, every house needs someone to remember it. The rain turned heavier. And on the horizon, the house on Blackwater Hill stood whole once more. Waiting.